Day 54, you little whore. Have the audacity to express yourself with terms that maybe societally they're not politically correct. But I will tell you, every whore that I have ever met has been 100% authentic. Okay? This is what you can expect from me. This is how I move. And whether you choose to accept those terms and conditions determines the relationship moving forward. I think it's just these labels we've just been falling into miscommunication. Day, day 53. How do you feel, Breezy? Well, well, just another Monday. Just another Monday. But not, not like just another day. I felt something deep in me make a decision. Now I think I know what it is. Am I ready to share it? I don't know. But it's adjacent. It's similar to this mission I have going right now. This good thing that I got going. And I'm like, wow, you're really going all the way. I want to go not only until I stop releasing, but if it's possible, I want to go all the way until cravings are completely subsided. Is that possible? Can you detox the desire, like the ingrained desire? And as you've learned with detoxing, you do it physically, biologically, emotionally, spiritually. So you're not just detoxing items in your colon. You're not just getting mucoid plaque out. You're getting out that breakup when you were a teenager that you never fully processed. You're bringing up your parental environmental conditions because you have to actually understand the compulsions um, to cope with it, or else your brain is going to keep looping and be like, we need this, we need this. But why do we need this? And awareness is so sexy. Awareness is so sexy. Once you have the awareness, then you can choose how you desire to move forward. How you don't know you got blind spots until somebody come in with the flashlight, ain't afraid to put it in your face like this. Oh yeah, but did you know this behavior is actually correlated to this addiction? Did you know this, why you do that? And you thought you were doing better than most people, girl. I know. You thought you were doing better than most people. And you figure out how you show up is a conditioned, learned behavior that no longer serves you. And you thought it was working for you, didn't you? You thought people couldn't pick up on it, huh? Before everybody else starts getting real with you, you got to get real with you. Then you are further capable to recognize real. As I carry home all the time, real recognize real. You thank you real. But you're essentially filled with artificial ingredients and at least a good 1/3 of you is artificial or processed, or majority of you is ultra processed. So how real can you show up given the environment that you've created? Oh yeah. Detoxing puts it all on Front Street. You thought you was real? There's layers and levels to this. Look at who you attract. Pan left, pan right. Old friends you keep in contact, new friends that kind of stick. You looping in some area, whether it's relationship, financial. Are you back binge eating? Are you back with that sciatica? Oh, it's just my L5. It's just, oh, is it? What you holding back there? You have to get curious enough about yourself to realize, number one, why you have been so compulsive majority of your life. What's the underlying behavior behind that? And what's the underlying meaning behind that? Then you realize you can get to next categories. Now you understand, like, oh, this amount of aggression I hold on, this is why I crave salty, crunchy foods. That's tied to this. Oh, did you know that's tied to your ankles? Did you know not wanting to move forward? People who have ankle problems are people who energetically can't move forward in something. when your ankles are cracking like that. Next time Jerry goes up the stairs and they're cracking, yeah, yeah, it could be early onset rheumatoid arthritis. But ask him, hey Jerry, anything you got in the fire? Anything you ain't really pulling the trigger on? I mean, bring it up more casually than that. Come on, people, have some demure. But it's all connected, dear. We are coded with this stuff. We are coded. And once we stop learning what those codes are, once we stop understanding how to interpret hunger over craving, internal mineral deficiency over you needing those bag of Cheetos, now you can communicate better. And that's what I really want to talk about today. Hi, my name's Bree. My friends call me Breezy, and I've decided to do a complete identity experiment through fasting. What else you got to lose? What else you got to lose, girl? This is the you are in the perfect spot to completely, I mean literally, I mean non-negotiably, I mean amicably, I mean expeditiously. You have all the potential to change your life right now. To actually be living your first choice and not your sixth choice. Now that's just settling. Okay. But it's good enough, right? No, you're internally, your organs are getting cooked because all the cortisol you release, knowing this is not the habitat that you would feel you would be able to thrive in, you know? This will just do for right now. That job will just do for right now. This relationship will just do for right now. You're not wired to accept mediocrity, nor can you have it in your life. I'm talking to you know, if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to the people who took over 18 credits in college in a single semester because they just wanted to get done quicker. I'm talking to the people who understand things on such a depth. You can read people. You're sensitive. And that's of course it's a blessing and a curse. You've become so hyper vigilant. Do you not think everything conducting in your body is going to it's going to reflect that hypervigilance? Everything's on guard in your body because you're always on guard. You're just hyper aware. But it also comes in handy. It makes you pretty witty. It makes you pretty, you can connect with people. Oh, God forbid if you're funny, even slightly funny, even if you just can walk around the room without your butt clenched and you can actually make extended eye contact. Oh my gosh, now you got a platform to just thrive on. That's your trampoline right there. That's your trampoline. So I was listening to who I could officially say my mentor. Gosh, the investment. You gotta invest to get in these. I know you hear people say you gotta invest to get in these rooms, but I realized I'm not a crowd person. I need close proximity. And I can absorb, which is why I probably have 3 degrees. I could just absorb the information that's given to me, break it down how I understand it. And actually, I'm not afraid to put it in action the same day. Now my whole day is catered. And that's why I love the freedom of having my days, how I have them, but still, working. I could be making so much more if I just, sit down and do mundane. But I'm like, man, I get to be out. I get to take my dog to work with me. We get to take a break and just go to the park. We could, but also they're kind of long days. Now when you get home, it's like, oh my gosh, there's other things, we're just figuring it out. Because the old things you used to do are still in the smoothie, but new habits are coming in that like need more of your capacity, need more of your attention, need more of your energy. Energy. So I'm getting this excess energy, but I'm thinking, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to use it to work harder and work more and get a little more financially ahead. I don't think that's what it's for, but there's something not allowing you to trust and have that full trust fall of if I actually stopped hustling, something I've grown accustomed to for so many years, what if there was more room to release? butt cheeks? What if you thought you unclenched, but you only barely like, eh, you know? How are we supposed to build this faith muscle if we don't practice our efforts in faith? Anywho, so Lisa Angel Smith, who I get to call my mentor because I'm in her group coaching program. Oh my gosh. Talking about betting on yourself once again, the Juice Fast coaching group was betting on myself. This next one is betting on me and future me. That's the type of investment we're talking about. But there's going to be environments and opportunities where you're like, I just can't miss this. And if you look at the video on, I think it was I don't know what it was, but it talks about miracles. Like, I asked for the signs if I needed to do this. And I showed on that video, I'm like, I got every sign I asked for. This is wild. Is this how easy and simple? I had complete faith that everything will turn out. Maybe that sounds foolish, but how am I supposed to know how deep I can trust something if I don't bear the weight on it? I know you were conditioned not to. I know you've been betrayed. I know you've been let down. I know your expectations haven't been met. And that's probably why, because your communication skills, but we think it's the other person, which, oh my gosh, this is what I want to talk about. So, my mentor, she does keynotes every Monday, Lisa Angel Smith. And they're just, you want to get your pearls clutched? You want to get your edges snatched? I had to wrap up because you snapped my edges this morning. I was like, yeesh. I, got- I gotta put some, I gotta put duct tape on my forehead to keep her from snatching my edges. And if my Idaho friends are watching, hey girl, so edges, sometimes when I brush down my baby hairs right here and we make a little design or we put that essence right there. That's just a little slight hair that goes around your edges. Those are your edges, the edges of your forehead with the excess baby hairs. And you remember, this is the kitchen, but this is your edges on the front. Yeah, it's just the excess hair that's not full length of your hair, and it's a little more than peach fuzz, obviously, that you can, yeah, not bang. It's not a bang. It's a light whisper of hair, light accents. So yeah, in our community, when somebody kind of tells you how it is, when somebody essentially drops truth bombs on you in an aggressive way that you needed to hear, we call that snatching at edges. It's like, whoa, like that's a prized possession in the Black culture. And you just snatched them. I didn't even see you take them. Wow, that's wild. Your mind is so blown, you'll snap. That person they own your edges now because they blew them off of you and they just collect them. So this is what this woman does. She steps on toes, lovingly, of course, with such class, such etiquette. She's logical. She's cerebral. So you probably relate to people like that. I love people like that who can tell me the science-based thing and also the spiritual and emotional based thing. She's well educated in stress management and the complete elimination of stress. So she has a plant protocol. It's the one-stop shop, which is how I want to live my life. Follow people whose life you wouldn't mind incorporating, you wouldn't mind switching for a day. Healthy relationship. She revealed her biological age. I think Lisa's 45, 43. She revealed her biological age. I mean, when you go get the real test done, and you know how you can do the chronicle age, which is the actual how old you are according to your birth date, and your biological age, which tests, your reproductive system, if you're a woman, all blood work, all that, all that. Her biological age was 30. This woman is 7 years older than me, but 5 years younger than me biologically. Her reproductive fertility, they couldn't even measure it because it was off the charts in the good way. I said, okay, so it's possible. But she doesn't do moderation. She's plant-based and she pushes that in our community. Eliminate stress. You can't, too many of our people are dying of stress. Too many people in general are dying of stress and diet. You can't, some of this, you can't unsee some of this stuff. It just sticks with you. And now you can't even pretend to not see it. Now you're just gonna shame yourself because you're not there yet. It's like, whoa, whoa, sweetheart. Whoa. Them patterns are gonna come up. Those patterns that tell you to quit and this is enough, it's gonna come up. I talk about that in every video. Your only job is to stick to the plan. You said you were finishing until that. You have to show this internal audience that is watching everything, every single thing you're doing, that I am the captain now. I say we finish at this time, not your time. That's how I know they're still in here. That's how I know the parasites are still in here. I'm like, ooh, because that sounded like me. Almost sounded like God. But it didn't feel fulfilling. No, breaking your fast will not, it does not deal with the actual, it's covering the symptoms. It's not dealing with the actual issue. You need to write it down. Why do you feel like you have to eat right now when you've been sustained and your body's telling you you're not hungry? You still have cravings? Even though that monster of a dragon came out of you? Couple of the dragons? Oh yeah, Big Daddy's still in there. And I'm coming for him. I'm coming for him. You can't play polite with parasites. You can't play polite with these negative frequencies, these negative thoughts. You can't play, shut them. I know that's not me. And most of the time you'll say it nicely, or you'll be like, oh, that's funny that I thought that. Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it because you'll start rationalizing it. You don't think your parasites know you? They've been with you for years, sometimes decades. They can mimic your nervous system. They can mimic certain organs. They are the kings of hiding in the deep, darkest crevices of your bowels, of your colon, and they adapt. They're just like us. They're adaptable. Like, oh, here she go with the tea again. Just, hey, yo, Joey, just hide out. She's gonna be done with this tea in about a few minutes, and then we'll come back out. And now we know what to expect with the next tea tomorrow. That's why you gotta have a diversity in herbal teas. I learned that late. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. If bacteria can duplicate, why do I think parasites can duplicate? Aren't they a version of bacteria? Oh, well, we're all versions of bacteria, but you know what I mean. I feel a sneeze coming. And it's gone. My antibodies are like, oh, we got it, Bree. We know you talking. We know you talking. We got it, girl. We strengthened now. We can handle this light work. We can catch you mid sneeze and antigens just boom. Nope. Nope. She good. She good. See, I was agitating the spirit talking about it. You know, when you bring it to light, you can actually observe it because it's not you. It's not you. So you can observe it. Instead of saying I'm angry, like why is anger coming to me right now? It's not you, but you've trained your body to react in certain situations or types of thinking, and it thinks it's doing something. It's thinking it's solving the problem. It's thinking it's running from the wolves. It's thinking it's giving you the solution that you need, when instead of constantly dwelling on it, close that loop. And if you don't know how to close the loop, just remind yourself it's all for the greatest good of me. That heartbreak, do you look at love the same way? No, it's made you smarter. It's made it we're here to experience. You messed up and had a little ice cream. Oh my gosh. I hope you enjoyed that ice cream. Yeah, it's gonna be back to work, but I hope you enjoyed that ice cream. And I honestly hope you enjoy those next 2 days of withdrawal. Love it all. Love it all. We gotta stop carrying shame. That's parasites no, not only breed in dark, moist areas, but also with the emotions you carry. And they learn, oh, when she's feeling this, we get more food, we get more sugar, we get more carbohydrates. Oh my God, we get more oil, we get more fat. Ooh, that really tickles us. Let's try to make her always feel like that. You've given the reins over to an outside entity. Just like when you were so overwhelmed as a child, you didn't know what to do, you gave your emotions over to an outside entity. And the entity came in and it was like, oh, I'll make you feel better. I'll make you forget. I'll make you never trust people. I'll make you so angry that you'll never speak to that person. I'll take care of it for you. And then you're like, okay, thank you. There's an exchange. There's an exchange when you do that. That cookie dough you just had to have with that steak, with that, oh gosh, with that cauliflower rich butter soup. You're exchanging this current feeling that you're having right now for relief. So you're paying for relief and you're inviting these entities to come in and relieve you. You're inviting this alcohol to come in and relieve you. You don't think they receive payment too? Oh, you just gave those parasites a new home. Thank you. Oh, you gave alcohol a way to express himself in human form. A lot of people say alcohol is a spirit. That's why they call it spirits. You invite jealousy. That's kidneys. That's in your kidneys, sweetheart. You probably got kidney problems. If I just act a certain way, and we don't even readily register it as jealousy or manipulative or, well, he was a narcissist. Well, there is a part of you that is also manipulative. And sometimes it looks like fawning or what people know as self-pleasing, not people pleasing. You know, that's a form of manipulation. You're conducting yourself in a way that is not authentic to you to result in a certain solution that benefits you. Somebody staying, somebody being nice to you, somebody taking care of you, but you're not being who you are. You invited an entity to take over for you. Now, when you've let that entity stay for so long, that's when the distortions start happening. That's when you're not really seeing the world as it is anymore because you invited these outside forces to come to an authentic garden and have their own motive plant. Oh, we're gonna put some nice little pieces of misery over here. Yeah, go. Hey, Lanelle, go ahead and plant some resentment on aisle 4 right there. Yeah, we're gonna make this real nice. Yeah, we're gonna actually reproduce. We're gonna have a whole little family. And yeah, when she goes on them little detoxes, we're gonna plant enough and we're gonna save enough sugar up in this fat. We're gonna save enough. We know where to go. Okay, we know the lay of the land. She'll break anytime. It's all right. It's all right. We just gotta hold out for a couple of weeks. It's okay. You don't think your parasites have learned how you move. If your narcissistic ex can learn you in 2 weeks, you don't think these parasites that have been with you since grade school can learn you and push your buttons and know how to trigger you? I would invite you to think again. But you know, who am I? Just a lady on the internet, just real life going through this stuff. As life is happening. As life is happening. And let me reassure you, even though the light at the end of the tunnel, it does seem a little far. I'm not gonna lie, it does seem a little far. And I got a little emotional today. I was overhearing a woman I've been listening to for years. She's an author, she's a public speaker. She really kind of, her name's Gabby Bernstein. If you've heard of her, if you've been in this realm long enough. But she was just talking, and I was like, she was authentically saying, I live the most joyous life I could imagine. And I'm hearing more and more the people I respect say that. I'm like, why do I not? And she talked about when she was hitting rock bottom, and she was like, God, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And she had a clear message that the message was get clean. Just get clean and I'll handle the rest. And I just broke down. And I was like, God, I felt guilty at first. I was like, oh, I've had so much divine grace in so much other areas. But where I sometimes hit a wound is I'm like, God, why can't you speak to me that easily? God, why didn't my blessings look like theirs when I really need it? God, why does it seem like it's harder for me? Why does it seem like people are getting the blessings that I want? And majority of the time, 99% of the time, I'm like, oh yeah, if it's happening around me, it's circling through me. I just need to open my vessel of how to receive it. It's me receiving. The blessings will happen around me. My dream car, I see multiple times a day. How crazy is that? I'm like, oh, okay, so you're hovering around me, but there's somewhere still a block that I'm not allowing you to freely come in. That's my work. That's my responsibility. But I'm also human too. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, wow, I'm I'm dying for you to tell me that clear. And then I'm like, well, you've probably already got the message, but you're so stubborn and you're so busy that, and it immediately went to guilt that it was my fault. It was my fault. I'm like, no, wait a minute, hold on. You got evidence the other day on my miracles video when I asked for signs. I'm like, you are connecting to something. You are connected to something. You know how to receive. You just got to build that muscle just a little more so it just becomes natural. Is your belief there, or do you still think this is a hoax? Do you still think it may or may not happen? Or I don't know. Keep your eyes on what you promised, and everything will kind of come. Everything will start unravel. You'll get excited about certain things and not others. That's how you know your intuition is coming up. You have a bad feeling about something and you can't explain it. So you just say no. No, no, thank you. And you gotta explain yourself. You ain't gotta. I'm so much more happier. I had this Jamaican woman stop me in front of Walgreens. I had my dog, I had my little jumpsuit on. I go out the house, I'm done up. I've been done up for the last few weeks. I haven't left the house without makeup, which I was like, wow, girl, you just never, girl, how fasting brings people to, you better stay ready, okay? The amount of people you run into while you're clearing your path, you just gotta stay ready, sweetheart. And so this woman came and she was like, when you can feel like she was playing it, it was it was blacked out truck. I thought it was a guy. And they're playing some R&B. I'm like, okay, so they're either black, doing that song, or white chocolate, or uh a Latino, California Latino, there's a certain demographic that listens to that music. And you can kind of feel somebody, you can feel somebody observing you. Your intuition fasting just, it's like, oh, so this is intuition. Got it. Okay. All right. Have you been dormant this whole time? Your senses just heightened. Your senses just heightened. So I felt this, yeah, I felt this presence. And finally, when I got all my stuff in, I was ready to go. All I heard was, excuse me. I looked around and she was like, I just gotta say, your whole thing is banging right now. I said, you talking to me. Say it with your chest if you talking to me. Okay? Now, she was Jamaican. She had this great accent and she was like, the body's bodying, baby. I was like, oh yeah? What else you see? I love it. I'm like, dang, it's just when information goes down. I was like, oh yeah. Wait, my muscle mass is still here from when I built this like a year and a half ago? Amazing. Amazing. There was so much inflammation. I was sure I didn't have any muscle mass. I've been off from my typical gym for almost a year, which is F45, which is what, I won a national competition. It was my go-to. When you want to numb out and just be shown what to do, go to F45. Everything's there for you. Your weights are there. You don't have to think about it. And it's also the vibe of that gym, because every owner, we have like 5 out here, so every owner has a different vibe in the gym. So yeah, if you don't want to think about it and you just want to go, that's how I know my season's coming up, because I plan on doing 75 hard after I've done fasting. Because once you break down, sweetheart, we got to build back up. I work the farmers market in the summer. There be the farmers market be having some homegrown talent, homegrown talent. There be farmers out there that can plant you anything, girl. Plant you anything. You want some turnips? I know how to I know how to grow turnips. I'm like, oh, do you? What else? What else do you know how to grow? Okay, you know how to grow a family? Do you know how to grow a family? Because you about to get one. You about to get you a little biracial family, okay? You know how to grow all this food? That is wealth. You know how to live on the land? That is wealth. That is wealth. to me, to me. Yeah, I still also wanna go to the South of France, every so often, but, they out here. I've been working this is gonna be my 3rd year working the farmer's market. You gotta put them feelers out there, you gotta build relationships. People wanna be happy to see you. They'll just get the amount of produce I walk away with every farmer's market. I hope I'm still juicy. 'Cause what I paid, what, $300, almost $300 a week on produce during the farmer's market, I maybe spend $15 on produce if I was consuming the same amount that I need. The plug, baby. When you feel good, you look and I was 200 pounds then. I was still getting, imagine coming back. I plan on being like 160 by the time the market starts. Woo! That's gonna be dangerous. That's gonna be dangerous. Once again, I didn't talk about any of my notes that I wrote down. So what a blessing that I have 2 days worth of notes. Because yesterday, if you recall, I got off topic. I saw a friend that I hadn't seen in so long, just ran into her. I was delivering food to her, and it just spurred the moment of that video. And already I see we're over half an hour. So look at that. What a blessing. You think you don't know what you're going to be talking about, but just start talking. What a beautiful day to be here. What a beautiful day to be alive. I'm just grateful. I'm just so grateful. Like, love this part of the journey. Adore this part of the journey. This is what you came here to feel. The lows of the lows, the highs of the highs, hope, faith, certainty, authenticity, all that. And so majority of that stuff is done in the dark by yourself. Thankfully, I got a camera here so I can share the process because I don't think anybody's gonna believe you when you come out of this. A dark voice said, "If you come out of this, parasite, I'm gonna get you, mother. Okay, I'm gonna be like Sam Jackson up in here. We are naturally wired to be hopeful and faithful and certain and standing in our power. But let's get all the gunk out. Let's get all the mercury from those feelings you got in 96 that are still in your teeth, that seep down your throat every day. Let's get the mercury out of the blood. Let's get the metals out of the blood. Let's get the parasites out that are hijacking your thinking. There's too much information out there to not be on this anymore. Now it's a choice. You got the awareness. Now you're choosing to do this to yourself. I just can't. And sometimes that means a manual reset. Sometimes you just gotta delete the app. Sometimes you gotta close the account. Sometimes you gotta make it so hard for yourself to cheat that you almost come off sterile. That's reeling deletion, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. All right. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining me for day 53. I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. Ain't no more games. Ain't no more games. Okay? I love you so much. I believe in you. You got this. Whatever you're striving for, stick with it. You're gonna you, you're gonna rationalize with yourself, but it's all fake. It's all fake. That's not you talking. Who you are truly wants the highest for you, truly wants first class in everything you do in life, truly wants holistic relationships, truly wants to travel and engulf yourself in different cultures and experiences. Don't let the distraction, don't let the fog, don't let any of that distress distract you because it's all coming for you because you have so much power that when you forget, you're not a threat. You're not a threat. But if you just get past that hump, if you just get past that, I'm uncertain, but I'm gonna keep going. I feel like only amazing things are on the other side. I can only believe that because they've already started appearing in my life. So imagine if I dug in even harder. And that sounds like it's work, but it's not. It's just refining your schedule. It's refining the little tasks that, maybe you can automate a couple of things. Maybe you don't have to clean. You can hire some new company that's, having specials house cleaning. Just get a deep clean. There's so many companies out here. You can try a new company every month, and they probably have an introductory special. Think resourcefully. For what you're being called to do, you have to really hone in on your resourcefulness and your genius and your brilliance and not be ashamed to outshine or speak up. And it's going to be practice in little instances so you can be ready for the big dogs when the time comes. So stay focused. We're going towards something really good. Okay? I hope you have a great night. I love you. I'm praying for you. Pray for me too. You know? I'm surprised. It feels like it's day one starting this journey, posting every day. It feels like it's day one. The time is going to pass whether you do something with it or not. And I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm glad I'm showing this. And I'm glad you're here too. All right, honey. I love you and have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye.